Hey guys, it's Viv and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am here with Paisley and Melody, and I'm gonna keep this intro pretty quick, but I just want to first encourage you guys to look at the links in the description box down below, and also that were at the beginning of this video, to support the Black Lives Matter movement and racial equality, because here at Dolly Delights we do support Black Lives Matter and racial equality, and we don't believe that, you know, the world should be a place where anyone should be treated differently because of their skin color or their ethnicity. So yeah, I just wanted to come and say that, and I encourage you guys to all go out and do your part and support the movement if you are able to, by signing petitions, writing emails, going to protests if that's what you feel comfortable doing. However, I know that is not a possibility for everybody, but yeah, as long as you guys are staying safe and using your voices, I think that's a great way to stand up for what you believe in. But for today's video, Paisley, Melody, and I are going to be showing you guys how to make these really adorable doll sweatpants. So you can see that they are wearing doll sweatpants here. I made these both in the same way. You can see the ones that Paisley is wearing on the left here. These are the ones we're going to be making in the video, and the ones that Melody is wearing on the right. These are the ones that I made ahead of time to test my pattern. So speaking of patterns, there is a new free pattern for you guys to use for this tutorial. It will be linked in the description box down below for you to go ahead and print out and use to make your very own doll sweatpants. So if you're interested in knowing how to do that, just go ahead and keep on watching. So to start off, you want to print off the pattern that is available on my website, and I messed up a little bit on this pattern, but honestly it's not that big of a deal. So what you first want to do is just go ahead and cut the pieces out. And once you have both pieces cut out, you want to overlap them how I'm doing here. So you actually end up wanting to overlap like the solid lines, like how you can see I'm doing here, and then tape it in place. But if not, you can also cut off of the piece that says overlap on side B, and then just overlap it onto side A if that makes things a little bit easier for you. But just overlap them how you see I'm doing on the screen now, and then tape it in place. Now grab your fabric. The fabric that I'm using here is actually from an old pair of leggings. They are like a fleece jersey material. So what I'm going to do is just lay my pattern on my leggings and then go ahead and cut two pieces out. Next, what you want to do is take the pieces and face them right sides together and mark out which side has the back seam. And then on the front seam, go ahead and pin that up and sew it into place using a straight stitch. Open flat, it'll look something like this. And now what we are going to do is make two hems at the bottom of the legs by folding up the bottom by about an inch, maybe like a quarter of an inch, like a centimeter or so, like a centimeter and a half. That's how much I did it, but depending on the size of your elastic, you might need to make this casing a little bit bigger, or if you want shorter sweatpants, you can also fold this up to make it shorter. And then sew that in place using a straight stitch, leaving some room towards the folded edge because this is going to be a casing for later. So once you repeat that on both legs, go ahead and fold the pants right sides together and then sew down the back seam. Now cut two pieces of elastic that are 5 inches long and feed them into the bottom leg casings using either a bodkin or a safety pin. Pull the elastic all the way through, making sure not to lose it at either end, and then fold the legs of the pants right sides together in half, like you can see that I am going to do on the screen now, and then go ahead and just pin it in place because we are going to sew them up once we sew like the inner leg seam like all together. So here's a close-up of what I mean by pulling the elastic through the legs and then folding the leg in half and pinning it together. And here you can see that I am doing that on the other side. If you're wondering, I got this bodkin tool when I was in Japan. I don't know where they sell them, but you could probably get one on Amazon. And if not, you can just feed a safety pin with the elastic on it through the casing as well. And then once you finish both legs, you should have something that looks like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pull like the legs apart and fold them so that they create that inner leg seam. I know it's a little bit hard for me to explain, so if you just watch what I'm doing here on the screen, I'm sorry if you are not able to see what I'm doing on the screen, but this is what you want to do. So fold them so that you can see the pants come together, and then you want to sew from one leg up to the seat of the pants, which is where we had the seams earlier, and then down the other leg. Here you can see that I begin by pinning the seat of the pants together. That's so that those seams will line up, and then I just go down either end of the legs and I pin them into place, and then I sew them using a straight stitch. Once you have that finished, it'll look something like this. And now what you want to do is move to the top of the pants where the waist area is, and fold down that raw edge by about like a centimeter, like 2 centimeters. I think that's what my ruler said on that little clip, but it really depends on what size your elastic is. So fold that down all the way around the pants, and then sew that in place using a straight stitch, just like how we did the legs, so close to the raw edge instead of the folded edge, because this is going to create our casing. And remember, when you make a casing, leave a small gap at the back seam so that we can feed the elastic through. Now cut a piece of elastic that is 9 3/4 inches, and then feed it through the casing that we just made using either a bodkin or a safety pin. Once you pull it all the way through, go ahead and overlap the ends of the elastic like so, making sure that the elastic inside is not twisted. Sew them in place and then pull them back into the casing like how I'm doing here, and then using a straight stitch, go ahead and close up the casing on the pants. Then go ahead and flip your pants right sides out, and then you are completely finished. Be sure you clip any loose threads that are still remaining on the pants. And then this is optional if you want to add a little bit more detail, is that you can cut a small piece of cord or ribbon, or you can make like a tube of fabric. It really depends on like anything that you have lying around. Then you can create 2 little holes on the front of the pants using a seam ripper like how I'm doing here, and then feed the string through the holes that you created to make a faux drawstring. And here are what my finished pants look like. I am so happy with the way these turned out. I think they look really similar to the Brandy Melville ones. And don't shop at Brandy Melville because they are not cool people. And yeah, I think these are so perfect for doll size and especially laying around the house. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and other American Girl doll videos, such as sewing tutorials, outfit videos, hairstyle videos, and more. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for types of videos you want to see, be sure you let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to know what type of things that you guys want me to make. So yeah, again, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to check out the links in the description box down below, and I will see you again for another video. Bye!